Are you insane?
What do you want me to say? That I'm not perfect like you?
I totally forgot that part of the film. What the fuck?
You gave birth to a child on drugs?
Oh, yeah.
What are you, insane?
Are you insane? Kim Basinger really phones it in on this one. She's like looking for a payday, that's for sure. Yeah. Anywho, welcome to Screams and Streams, the podcast that looks at the best and worst horror movies as rated on Rotten Tomatoes from 1970 onwards. I'm your host, Chad, and with me are my co-hosts,
Sam
and
Mike.
Be sure to check us out on Instagram. Our handle is at ScreamStreamPod. Also, check out our website, screamsandstreams.com, for more information about the films we are looking at. Just a warning, if you don't like spoilers, we recommend that you stop listening now, check out the film, and then rejoin us for our discussion. The worst film of its year. That's what we're looking at today. It is Chuck Russell's film, Bless the Child. It scored 4% on Rotten Tomatoes. 4%?
Yeah.
Okay. It was bad, but I don't know if about 4%. Let's get into it.
It's not in the participants ribbon.
Yeah, I know. It's like, geez, they're really harsh on that one. Sam, can you give us our summary?
Cody, a little girl abandoned by her mother and raised by her aunt, a nurse, is kidnapped. The girl's guardian, aided by an FBI agent, learn that Cody has supernatural abilities, and the abductees are a satanic cult willing to do anything to gain them.
The abductees or the abductors?
It says abductees.
Oh.
All right.
All right.
Yep, that's my guess. Thanks, IMBD.
All right. And then we're going to move into our sinister sip. Mike, what are we drinking today?
Our sinister sip for Bless the Child is The Divine Blessing from Sin City Bartender.
Oh, yum. Okay. Looks very clear.
Yes.
Cheers,
Cheers,
everyone.
everybody.
It's fine.
It's okay. I
A little
wouldn't.
sweet, but
Yeah, I don't think it's one of my favorites, but it's all right.
It turned out better than I thought. It's vodka. Well, because it's vodka, elderflower liqueur, and lavender
That's
bitters.
what it is. It's the elderflower. I'm
I
not
don't
a big
think I
fan of
like
that.
elderflower, and
No.
I've only had it here.
Yeah.
But the lavender bitters, because I had to buy them special for this, and I was like, well, you should always taste things before you put them in cocktails. So I was like, will I ever use these again? No.
No.
But, like, I'm not a huge fan of lavender, but I could taste it like an hour later. Like,
It does feel like
Yeah.
Yeah. So
coated.
it's toned down in the drink, which is nice.
Eau Claire Distillery does they make their own tonic and they make their own like mixers as well as their own liquors.
Yeah.
And they have one that's an elderflower tonic.
Yeah, I'm not a fan
And
of that.
I've had it and it's not great. So I really think the elderflower is the killer for me. I'm not a fan.
No.
But thank you very much
You're welcome.
for
For
making
Jameson.
the effort to do that. All right. And we're going to go into our first impressions of the film. Sam, what did you think of Bless the Child?
It was very long, not very good, and very Jesus-y. So that's all
All right.
I've never seen it before. It started out okay. Like, I had hope for it at the beginning. I don't
too.
know how far in. It's a pretty long film, or it felt long anyways.
It's hour 47, so it's not.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, it felt longer than that.
It felt
Sure,
really
sure
long.
does.
It felt like a two-hour film. Yeah.
And so, yeah, it started out, I had a little bit of hope. I didn't have much when I saw 4%. So the bar was in hell. And then it was okay. And I don't know what part, whether it was the CGI or whether it was the weird, like, autism, like, reference. Like, yeah,
I didn't like that.
Didn't like that at all. And so I don't know. I think that was the autism, and then the CGI was the nail in the coffin, where I was like, this is fucking bad. So-
All right, thank you for that. I'm going to give my impression, and I think I wrote it out like a movie critique, but I'm just going to read you what I said. I said, boring, hard to watch. Kim Basinger is clearly looking for a paycheck in this overdone, uninspired biblical thriller that's predictable and sappy.
Well said.
Yep.
That-
End podcast.
Yeah, and done. That is my first impression of this film. I had never seen it before. I thought because Kim Basinger was in it, and at that time when this came out, she was still somewhat relevant. Like she was still putting out movies. But then when I watched it, I was just, her line delivery throughout the whole thing is very just the same throughout.
Yeah.
Like there's no up and down. There's very little emotion. And
No.
I was just like, well, that's not very good. I hated the sister. And I didn't understand why she kept coming back. Yeah, this film just missed the mark for me. Mike, what did you have?
This is the first time I've seen this one as well. And I'm going to use up one of my tests of time and just say that when the credits were rolling and I was watching the cast go by, I was like, all right, like, I can't believe that our bad movie has Basinger, Jimmy Smits, Rufus Sewell, Christina Ricci, Ian Holm. I'm like, it is like bang, bang, bang. Great names. And the movie starts.
Yeah. I know Ian Holm, right? Like I thought for sure, but he was just not fun to watch.
But Jimmy Smits is kind of the barometer. Like he's either really good or not so much. Like he wasn't bad in this, but yeah, you talked about the deadpan delivery for the opening thing. I was going to use the clip where she's in the car and the cop's like, "Get out of the car, ma'am." No, I won't. Get out of the car, ma'am. No, I won't. It's like, one of you emote.
Yeah.
Do something.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a long movie. I didn't hate it, but it like, especially so quickly after End of Days, I don't need another apocalypse child film.
No, I'm really, really tired of these chosen one films where they're all hunting for this one kid to either join the dark side or the light side. Like it's just enough. All right, we're going to go to our Tropes Hall of Shame. Mike, what did you have for your first couple of tropes?
There's a celestial sign or a symbol of the coming. The Star of Yakov is what it's called in this one. Like the Star of Yakov Smirnov.
In Russia, in Soviet Russia, people eat you.
And then another trope, the strung out sibling, right? The black sheep of the family.
Sam?
The gun being empty of bullets.
Yep.
And he already had them in his hand. And then creepy redheaded kid. Is that a trope? Yeah, like I feel.
That was my laugh out loud.
Oh, yeah, well, there you go.
I had opens during the night, like the nighttime opening, and I had opening credits or crosses.
Yep.
I had that. And then I had this one. It's a little long-winded, but don't want to spend time on character development or story, so we'll cram in the whole story through conversation in the first 5 minutes of the film.
Yes.
Yep.
Exposition.
Mike, what else did you have?
I had that the protagonist of the film is a lapsed Catholic struggling with their faith.
Always. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had the FBI/cop jurisdiction on a case.
Yep.
Yeah.
I had that.
Yep. And I'll stop there before I steal from others again.
All right, Sam, go ahead.
I had the FBI one. And then my last one was a person of color speaking the prophecy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I had cult looking for the chosen one.
Mm-hmm.
Random stranger arrives with clues. I had, and then I only had one more. Religion. Sometimes I wish I'd write the context, but it's like religion equals a shitload of candles.
Because there's candles everywhere in this one again.
Yeah. Always candles. Yeah. Mike?
I had the scratches from the dream are there when you wake up.
Oh, yeah.
Right after the rat dream. And
the rat dream.
Such a funny dream.
The fake rat dream.
Yes.
Oh, like those rats looked horrible.
Oh my God, that's in my what doesn't hold up.
Yeah.
I said rat dream, LOL.
it's my test of time.
That's your test of time?
I'll explain when we get there.
Okay. Good God.
And then the cop posted outside the hospital room leaves their post.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Always.
Yeah.
My last one is a final ritual. There always has to be some kind of ritual that they do to, complete the transition or whatever they're doing to this fucking kid. I don't know. Anyways, we're going to move on to Don't Go Back in the House. What would have stopped this whole thing from happening? Sam, what do you have for that one?
Just file for custody immediately after the baby's been, and then they can't threaten you because you legally have custody because it's an abandoned baby.
Yep.
Like,
I think that's it.
Or don't let your
strung out sister
in the house.
Yeah.
Mike?
So I'm going to go on a bit of a theological rant here because I'm sick and fucking tired of this.
Oh.
Well, just because we watch all, but
loud noises.
We watch all these movies where the devil is on earth interrupting and doing things and possessing. And all of this is like, if God would just do his job, right? Like, as an atheist, I'm like, well, fuck, no, there is none. But like all these movies have this.
We'll just throw that in there.
All these movies have the conceit that there is a God, and yet he does jack fucking shit. If the devil is on earth possessing and taking control, humans shouldn't be the ones to try to fight. No, like God should just be like, oh no, you don't. And then, but God never does. I'm tired of this. Devil's advocate, no God. End of days, no God.
Yeah.
Like, I know that's the rant that Pacino does. Like, he's an absentee landlord, but he is. And so my don't go back in the house is if God does exist, he should do his fucking job.
Sorry for all the religious people that listen to our podcast.
I did say the movie was really Jesus-y. So.
But that's all it would take. All it would take.
Especially because they're like trying to get control of like.
I don't know why they don't.
God's job. Like,
I don't know why he doesn't, at the very least, send down an angel to help, right? Or do something.
We have a couple moments where they hold the subway door open.
Oh, I thank you.
Right? Like, they get on the subway, it's like, oh, knowing smile, and oh, she's not there anymore. That's God's level of support. I stopped the train for 3 seconds. Fuck off.
This is quite funny. Because in our first, like, I'm usually the one that gets like really angry at bad films, and I'm quite reserved in these last 2 films we've done. When we did Leprechaun, Sam lost her mind, hated that one so much, and yet it got so angry. This one, Mike's just going off.
It's still early in the day, Chad. Maybe the next one's
maybe
yours.
the next one, yeah. We'll see. Anywho, I had the same thing, basically. It was all around the kid. In fact, when they got custody of the kid back, I was like, why doesn't she have custody of her? Like, she's been with her all her life. And then the strung out daughter or sister comes back and then is hooked up with lazy-eyed Susan there, whatever his name is. Hooked up with him, which is a pretty bad relationship for a doctor to have anyways. Yeah. And then they come back and get the child. Exactly, Sam. Apply for custody. You don't know where your sister is gone. She's already strung out. She's on drugs. You know that's a problem.
Yeah.
You've obviously got a feeling for this child.
Yeah.
And you've like wanted kids your whole life. Like,
yeah. So get her done, son. Like, I don't understand. But anyways, that didn't happen. No. So let's see what did happen for one-liners here with Bless the Child. Sam, you had zero one-liners on this one.
They were just like, things were said. Everything was done, in, like you said, in conversation.
Yeah.
And the acting wasn't good. There was no like funny line delivery. There was no good, like, nothing stood out to me.
Yeah. And you're right. Like, as I'm reading through some of these, I wrote down and I'm like, why did I write that down? Has no, like, I have one that says, you have to decide right now how you're going to deal with this.
It's literally just a line that was said.
Shit.
And that's
like, why?
Every line. And I even went to try to find one-liners online to be like, did I miss some?
Yeah.
Whatever. But it was like literally just things that were said in conversation.
Yeah.
Like there was no, So I stand by my
No,
zero.
that's totally fair. Yeah. No, I'm going to give you the one that I did have. It says 3, but my other ones are junk, it looks like. So I'm going to give you this one. And it was, do they understand death? You'd be surprised. I blame the Lion King.
Oh.
There we go. There's a chuckle.
That fucking scene.
Yeah.
Mike, did you have any?
I did, but I'm going to cut a few out. My first 2 are from the interaction between Mim and Jenna, or the 2 sisters. And when like Mim says, or Maggie says to the sister, you have a child. If you don't give a damn about yourself, at least you have to care about her. But again, it was that delivery. I was just like, yeah.
There's no emotion in any of the any of the lines. Like,
no.
It's just, which is probably why, like they don't really ring out or make an impression. So you're just like, well, whatever.
Yeah. It was just said. Like, that's the thing.
It's like, I'm going to have McDonald's. Oh, that's quote. Any more, Mike?
My other one is, because what the fuck is this even? Where whoever says this, but whatever our man is up to will happen on Easter Eve. Easter Eve. Has anyone ever said that? Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve. It's like, okay, kids, get to bed. It's Easter Eve.
Like,
no, tomorrow's Easter.
Is it like the day after? Like, would it just be the Saturday?
The
like, because
Saturday.
there's
Yeah. But never in my life.
No,
I was
I've
raised
never heard
Roman
that term,
Catholic
yeah.
and never.
I've
did I
never
hear
heard it.
I've never
Easter
heard that
Eve.
term before. No.
And yeah, I'm done for lines.
I did have one more, and it's the cops. And it's the one lead you're going to follow is attached to a piece of tail like that. No wonder the priest thing didn't work out.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yes. That is the only line of, and it's disgusting. All right. So we're going to move on. After that, we're going into our category of what doesn't hold up. And one would argue that that line doesn't, but we're going to go into this with Mike. You ended, so why don't we kick off with you for this one? What doesn't hold up for you in this film?
I wasn't sure whether I was going to bring it up. And then Sammy brought it up in your first impression, the autism discussion or the autism conversation.
Yeah, I had that too, yeah.
Felt very out of date and uninformed.
Is a sickness, right?
Yeah.
Like they view it as a sickness and illness that's something like a disability as opposed to like
our modern understanding of it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my first thing is anything to do with the autism.
And I put the horrible scream when she's driving on the bridge because like she loses control. She wakes up, she's like, and just it was so bad.
I really wish we had video for some of these things that we do. Like, man, that was hilarious.
With the hand
It's like, they're just moving up and down. Oh, it's like the leprechaun when he burned. So good. Thanks, Mike. Okay,
welcome.
Sam, what else what do you have for what doesn't? Sorry, I can't. For what doesn't hold up?
All of the special effects, all of them.
Yeah.
The demon thingies, the rats. I know, Mike, you're going to talk
rats.
I'll
about
talk
those
about
later.
why later. Yeah.
Okay. And then the fade outs from the scenes were really, really bad.
Yeah. I have slow computers.
No.
When it is like the bar, you watch as it loads, you're just like, hurry up. It's the way they like used to build tension in a film. It's like, it's not loading fast enough.
It's at 95% for like 3 minutes.
Yeah. Oh no, it's paused. I remember when LimeWire came out and you burn your discs and stuff, and it would so many times it'd get to 99% and then crash.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus Christ. That was an hour and a half. Why does it take so long? Reboot. I got to find another source.
And then you download that one and it's got that voiceover on
This is junk. I'm just going to go buy the CD.
Yeah. I just want it for my ringtone.
Awesome. I had the special effects as well. Mike, did you have any others?
I had the slow-mo was really bad.
Yeah.
It was like just weirdly not slow-mo, but was, and just, it was weird. And then Kim Basinger's projection screen behind her driving. Or because, when you're in grade 7 and you're in a drama class, you have to pretend to drive a car. Like you move your hands like, up and down, I'm driving.
Right.
But then anyone that's worth their salt as an actor realizes like nobody drives like that. You hold the wheel and make adjustments. She is sawing on that wheel like she is doing S-turn at top speed. She's like, up, down, up, down. It is the most comically bad.
I know.
drive acting.
And I know this is not safe, but like there are times where if I'm just driving straight, I basically just have my thumb on the wheel. Meanwhile, these people are like, whoa!
I used to hold a Slurpee, shift, and drive with my knees. Like,
got a pencil in my mouth. Like,
and not move the wheel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's how you test the alignment. You just like take my jacket off as I'm driving. Oh shit! Got to get my knee up there.
Go to Cal Tire tomorrow.
Oh, thanks for that, Sam. Did you have any others?
I have an entire scene that I want to go through.
Awesome. Please.
When Sherry who I don't even understand.
Who is that?
She's the one that they met in the cafe who told her about the demons and stuff.
Oh yeah, what is the point of her? Like she
To tell about the demons.
Christina Ricci.
Christina Ricci,
And
yeah.
then so the whole scene, I don't know where she came from. Like I know they called
That's what
or
I
whatever.
meant. Like where she cut. Like,
So that was my first one, but then I just kept adding notes to this. So then she's then beaten in the subway station with crowbars, like extremely violently
Yeah. Oh,
compared
yeah.
to anything else in the movie. And then she gets, I think it was her or was it Mim who gets hit and it's the wobble cam. So it was a Mim, and then it was like the like ooh, as she's like in and out of consciousness in the daze, and so that made me want to barf.
We need video. You guys need to see Sam's. Ooh.
It was so. I like the unanimous. Ooh. It was nice, but that was really really bad. And then there's no way that she would have beaten the train. So to get up on time, there's no way she would be able to jump up. And then it just...
The magic of movies.
It's like Neo in the Matrix level.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
There's no way after
She's a middle-aged woman who's been knocked out on the train tracks and she's just flipping up onto the...
She got up there real quick. I was like, I would have preferred if she just duck from the train and it goes over her like that to me.
That would have been more believable than what she did.
Yeah.
Yes,
And so, and then maybe that's the blessing from God with his like.
But that's got to be Chuck Russell, right? Like that's got to be him directing that
scene. Yeah.
that scene.
Yeah.
At least they didn't have like a CGI angel of like a cherub pushing her up or something.
Oh my God. Well, with the CGI in this film, I'm glad they didn't do that.
I actually would have liked
I would
that.
have
I
liked
think.
that a little more. And we would have seen the presence of God
Yeah, there you
actually
go.
helping out
Yeah.
instead of being an absentee landlord.
It'd be nice if they like tossed her up.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
just-
Just gave her like, whoop,
Yeah,
like,
whoop,
a,
instead of like
a dad putting a kid in a high chair. Like,
just some hands come down from the heavens.
this movie is way better already.
Because I do think like the scene as a whole, I was like, oh, this got like kind of like it's already
Fucking
dark,
heavy,
but
yeah.
I was like, when they're beating the shit out of her with crowbars, and then like that was like unnecessary.
Well, then she gets decapitated.
Well, and then so then my last line is, and then I was like, then her head rolls off, dot dot dot. And then I was like, and then I wrote ha 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 ha. And that literally, Chad, that's the whole scene. And then it fades out. And goes
Yes,
somewhere
and goes somewhere else. And never is she mentioned or talked about again.
No.
She shows up and says, the demons are coming to get you. Gets the
demons
shit beat
come.
out of her.
The demons came and got her. It's just, like literally the scene it doesn't fit with the movie.
No.
No.
It's so weird. But I kind of liked it. Like it was like, I don't know.
I wonder what the original... I bet you the original cut of this film was like 4 hours long. Like if they were going to explain every character that came in and out
Maybe,
of this...
yeah.
Yeah,
like
through
they
conversation.
must have like just... Exactly.
Oh, I know
must-
Sherry.
Yeah.
I met Sherry one time working the night shift.
It's like
at
watching
the
a bad
hospital.
porno. They just like talk about everything. Remember the time that we went to the village and
Then you fast forward. And I got too far.
yeah, it's like, oh no, back it up. Oh my God, this is so much fun. That was amazing. Thank you for that. I have a couple. I said, this is also kind of my what the fuck until it got explained, but I was like, so the doctor hooks up with his patient? What the fuck?
Yeah.
So the sister,
Yep.
goes with him. He's supposed to be treating her, and he ends up hooking up with her because he knows Lisa on TV. I have the talk show host.
Oh.
She's on that's the second movie we've watched where she's been on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you remember what was the other one?
Don't know,
Oh, okay.
but it is definitely the second time I've seen her on there. She was like big in the 80s and 90s
Yep.
for her stuff, and what the fuck is up with detectives hanging out in trench coats all the time?
So many trench coats.
A
What?
lot of
They
trench
all roll in the opening scene when they're introducing the cops, and they're all in trench
Yep.
coats. I was like, was this really a thing? Like, if anybody knows, in the 80s and 90s, did detectives Always wear trench
Always.
coats.
It
Like,
doesn't seem like it would be really good for like fighting crime.
No. I'm just gonna run with this thing that'll flop and
Yeah, like
act
they're
like a sail
they're
behind me.
super long. You can't really run in them
And if it's
very
done
well.
up,
It's
like your knees would
Yeah.
I think you'd just be in track suits and running.
running gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's ready to go. Anyways, moving on, we are going to go into our most gratuitous scene. Mike, what do you have for your gratuitous?
My only one is we get it. She spins things. Like
Oh,
the number of times.
fucking bend the spoon at least. Do something else.
Yeah, they really went back to the whole like, ooh, that's her special power. She can spin things.
Yeah. Sam?
I just didn't like that he lit the homeless man on fire. I thought that was kind of unnecessary. They could have just left him.
yeah.
I didn't think it was like good nor bad, but I was like, I don't need to watch him burn alive.
Right.
Yeah. And I had nothing, so we're going to move on to terrifying or titillating. And I had nothing for this one because I found nothing terrifying or titillating in this film. Sam, you also had nothing. And so, Mike, you're our lone wolf. What do you have for terrifying or titillating in this film?
The only thing I had was nothing was terrifying, but when I was younger, I had a crush on Christina Ricci. So seeing her in a see-through top and a bra,
It's pretty awesome.
yeah, it was pretty good. That was it.
Fair.
Fair enough. Yeah. No, I also had a thing for her. Yeah. So not a lot was awesome in this film. I'll be honest, but we are in our next category, which is stood the test of time. Sam, what did you have for stood the test of time?
I only have one thing. Her slapping her sister in the opening scene after that weird, like, you had all these miscarriages. Like, you want this kid. And, like, it was being such a bitch to her. And then she slapped her across the face. And I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
I actually had that line. Maybe if you had been able to carry a kid, that piece of shit husband of yours wouldn't have run out on you.
Yeah. I was like, you're coming
yeah.
into my house and you're like dropping off this baby. Like, when she slapped her, I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Like, deserved that. But that's it.
Yeah. I wish that sister would have got a little bit more.
Comeuppance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
Mike, what'd you have?
At the time, I thought it might have been my only test of time in the movie, but I wrote down the Marx Brothers movie. I think they were watching Duck Soup. Maggie and the daughter were watching it. It's Duck Soup's one of those great movies. I can't remember the line they show in this, but it's got the one like, oh, I'll dance with you till the cows come home. Actually, I'd rather dance with the cows till you came home. Right? Like Groucho Marx is amazing. So I was like, that's the best part of this film is the movie they're watching on the TV.
It's like when in Leprechaun when they mention Judge Judy.
Yeah,
Something that's not the movie.
Yeah. And then the other one I had was I did have the rat dream. And not because the CGI was good.
Because it wasn't.
Because it wasn't. But like it did give me like an ick. Because just like, the number of rats, if that, like, it was uncomfortable to watch.
I just liked how
It was better done in Gravedigger, though. Like, with the amount of rats in there,
yes.
and they actually used the rat. Like, I mean, get the rats.
Yeah.
just bring in the rats.
That was a lot of rats to get.
I just liked how the CGI, it had like the same CGI rats,
Yes.
but like they were just they were
Like they
doing the
just put on
same
a
motion,
2-second loop.
Yeah.
and then they had the running.
Yeah.
They're the same thing. They just flipped it, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It was just really funny.
Yeah, it was
I just put it as
poorly done.
I put it as a test. I was like, oh, that many rats creep me out.
Fair. Okay.
No, I could see that.
Yeah.
I had the knitting needle kill
Oh
Oh.
yeah.
in the eyes. I thought that
good,
one was pretty good. I liked the end. I said I liked when the angels came down.
Mm.
And
After the fact. And
yeah. So those were
When we finally did all the work for them.
yeah. But God exists.
Yeah. And I wasn't expecting Kim Basinger to get shot.
Mm.
What I had on there.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like, whoa, okay.
Mm.
And there's something to be said for when you set it up well, when the lead character dies.
Yeah.
But this wasn't set up very well.
No.
It was
No.
just kind of, whoa.
I just like accept. I was like, anything can happen in this film.
Yeah.
After the
We
crowbar
just don't
scene.
know.
we
Yeah,
don't know.
that crowbar scene was intense. You're right.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Unnecessarily.
Whoa, they are really, really
Yeah.
hammering her.
But it was so dramatic too because they're chasing her with the crowbars and like I don't know. I just thought the whole scene was bananas.
The over exaggerated slow mo running.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Literally that with a crowbar in the hand. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
it was like $1 Million Man or whatever.
Literally.
Just horrible. Okay. So moving on to we've been laughing quite a bit already, but our laugh out loud moments of the film. I had nothing. I didn't think this film was very funny at all. In fact, probably the most hilarious thing was the delivery of all the lines.
Mhm.
But Sam, what did you have for your laugh out loud moments?
I thought it was hilarious that she had to email Eric through the cult website.
Yeah.
Hi, Eric. I thought it was so funny.
Sign up for the mailing list. Any additional comments? Oh, I have an additional comment.
And she's just like casually typing away. And she's like, just, dear Eric.
You have my daughter.
But it was so funny. It's like, oh, you can talk to him directly this way.
Yeah.
And this website pops
Just
up.
log on to the website.
Yeah. He'll answer you. And then I know, Chad, that you had just said that Mim's death or whatever when she gets shot.
Yeah.
I thought that was fucking hilarious because she gets shot and she like spins and it was so dramatic.
She does spin
She's
around.
just a little spinaroo.
She sells that. Yeah,
Very
yeah.
vaudevillian death.
Yeah. So I thought that was hilarious.
Fair enough. Yeah. Mike?
Yeah, I didn't find anything in this movie like inherently funny, but there were moments I laughed at. The one was the gargoyle outside of Cody's bedroom.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Just directly across, just it's like evil.
Yeah. It's just peering in the window.
Like
and
right
it's
at her.
like,
But when she like, that's how she pieces together that she's been kidnapped.
Yeah.
She like opens and it's like, you see it again. Just, oh fuck.
There's something weird going on. Yeah.
But literally it's the same thing.
What could
every
it be? Yeah.
It's always there.
Yeah. Watching.
Another thing that made me laugh, and this is why when Sammy brought up the beating of Cherry, but the flying demons over their
Oh,
shoulders
yeah.
were so
So
bad.
bad.
So I just laughed at how stupid that was.
Mhm.
We didn't need demons there to show us that they were from the cult. We know they're from the cult.
Yeah.
That they're evil. We know they're evil, but
Yeah.
let's have these 8-bit bat things. Like,
8-bit.
so bad.
Be like that Nintendo game with what was it? Where you're the knight and you have to save the girl and those demons come down.
Oh, like, is it Castlevania? No.
it was I can't remember. Whatever. It was reminded me of that, but whatever. Sam, did you have any others?
No.
Mike?
I had one more, and when I wrote it down, I had to go back and rescan the film because all I just wrote was the redhead in the white dress. Ha 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 ha. I was like, what is that? But it's at the end when Maggie's going to the church and she sees the little like she assumes possibly her Cody in a bridal dress outside the church on their knees. And she walks up and then it's like this redheaded kid's like, ah! It's just like, oh my God, it's so stupid.
Creepy redhead.
The creepy redheads. All right. Moving on, we're going to go into the audio portion of this fantastic film. Eerie to ear splitting. What do we have for that? You know, I said I had one, but I really have nothing. I didn't find any sound effect or anything really nothing stood out for me with the sound effects or the music. So I'm going to pass on this one, but we'll go to Sam. What did you have for eerie to ear split?
I said the music in the beginning credits is like the normal 90s, 2000s scary movie, but over the top, especially for this film.
Yeah.
I also said the music is too much when Sherry's being chased with the guy in a pleather vest with the crowbar.
Pleather vest.
And then I said in the car scene, the music's too much. Like, way too much. Yeah.
Oh, I actually made a comment about that guy. It says, what is he, a Sith Lord? Like, Mike, what did you have?
I just had the intense music when they take Cody.
Yeah.
Like, and I think it has to do with it in the car as well. It's just oh my God, this is like Armageddon's happening. This is the final moment. It's like, they're just taking the child. Like,
Yeah.
roll the
Settle
music
down.
back.
Yeah. It was too much.
Settle down. All right. That being said, we're going to go into our what the fuck moment. And I'm going to kick this one off. And I said, what the fuck? A car chase in a limousine? Can you not find a less conspicuous vehicle? So that was mine. Mike, what did you have?
I had, they just leave the dead bird for the kids.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's a playground and there's a dead bird and the kids are surrounding it. It's like, oh, it's just a bird that died. It's fine.
But nobody comes up and says, "Don't touch it."
No,
It's
don't
like
touch it.
littered
Where's
with
the
disease.
Where's the supervision?
They've learned about death from the Lion King, so this
Yeah,
is
it's
totally
fine.
fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
I also like that scene when they're like, Cody, fix the bird. And then they all start chanting weird.
Yeah.
Cody, fix the bird.
I forgot about that.
so
nice.
weird.
It is really, really weird. Yeah.
And like,
And then they're all like,
Yeah.
it's her own little cult,
Yeah.
right? Like they all huddle around her and like,
Yeah.
ah.
we saw it, but then that's the best she does for anything other than everything else just spins around.
Yeah,
Just
it's
spin
the
in
only
place.
thing she does other than like, spin a bowl or whatever she does. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
She can literally heal
spin
animals.
shit and bring things back to life.
One time.
Yeah.
One time, and it was a bird.
Yeah.
I'm so tired.
It's too
Yeah,
much. Now
yeah.
we'll just spin things.
All right. Now we'll just spin things. Use too much of my powers. All right. Going into hiding in the shadows, questions about this film. I don't want to ask anything. I'm good. So, Mike, what did you have for hiding in the shadows?
I just had a couple. The first one was when Jenna returns back to get Cody, and Cody's still, showing her powers, showing her oddities.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, I was hoping she would outgrow this." I'm like, she was 8 days old when you abandoned her. What do you mean outgrow? Like,
You didn't even know her.
You didn't know her.
Yeah.
It's like, outgrow what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
outgrow what?
she's sitting there quiet, like just like she was when she was 6 days.
So I do have a question then. Why is Jenna such a bitch?
She is such a bitch.
No
Like, why
idea.
is she so horrible to her sister, who's a psychiatrist, obviously has money and
Obviously
like,
cares about her daughter.
can help her? Why is she so horrible to her? Like, I get it, drugs, whatever.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you can be an addict and not be a total fucking bitch.
Especially as someone you dumped your kid on.
Yeah,
And, like,
exactly.
Yeah.
So I didn't get that. And that's because they threw us into this film and that's how it opens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like she comes in and it's like, oh, obviously there's this like stressed relationship. I wonder why. And it's never addressed.
No.
Nope.
So other than drugs, like
Yeah.
she's addicted to drugs.
Yeah.
So that's it. Sam, what did you have for hiding in the shadows?
Like, why did they all of a sudden start finding the child now? Like,
Why wait till they were 6?
and like not when it was a newborn? Like, and then they just started hunting. Was there any clarification of why they waited 6 years? Because all those kids
No.
had just recently went missing. It's not like it's been 6 years of kids being missing, right?
Right. No, it's all recent. Yeah. I have no idea.
There was no, and it was just,
They had to reach, were they supposed to be a certain age?
But that's not explained, right?
they explain everything else in conversation,
Yeah.
but I didn't get that.
But they didn't
And
talk
two,
about
like,
that.
if you found her when she was like nonverbal, like when she was like
Yeah.
1,
Yeah.
a lot easier to
Yeah.
Do the
sacrifice
ritual.
her. Yeah. Or like 6
Turn
months
her
old.
your way anyways.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah. As
Yeah.
opposed to letting her be raised by someone who.
Well, and they already knew they were born on that night because of the star thing.
The start of Yakov.
Yeah, that one. So
What was that?
The start of Yakov.
Mike, did you have any others?
No,
No?
nothing worth mentioning.
All right. Moving on to Fright Done Right. What movie did this better? As far as like apocalypse movies, I don't know. Like, there are so many out there
Yeah.
that, like, I would even argue that End of Days was a better film. I didn't really like End of Days,
1,000%.
but
But it's
that,
better
1,000%.
than this.
Way
Yeah.
better.
but even that was better than this, right?
Yeah.
So that or
Somebody should edit this, and anytime Kim Basinger struggles, they should put the Arnold Schwarzenegger like,
get to the chopper. Yeah. Like that is a bad film, but it's still better than this one. Also, like even Rosemary's Baby was better than this. Lots of films that do it better than this one.
Yeah.
Sam?
yeah, same. Like, it's like, are we talking about like kids with gifts or powers or possession or like what? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I do agree. I put End of Days was better. It wasn't good, but it was better. And then same in our End of Days episode, I said Constantine, like the
Yeah.
good versus evil,
Oh, yeah.
I think is better.
Yeah, that one was better. Yeah. Mike?
I put The Omen just for like the whole demon child thing, even though she wasn't a demon in this one. Like,
No.
she was actually basically Jesus reincarnated. And then at the beginning, I put like, I don't know, every after school special. Because this was really heavy handed on the like single mother parenting
Yes.
slash
Yeah.
drug
Yeah.
addiction.
Degrassi.
I was waiting for the more you know after this movie ended. We've had a lot of fun today, but you know what? Drugs aren't fun.
But drugs aren't fun.
If anyone you know is struggling with addiction, there's help out there. Call 1-800.
Yeah, and they don't really ever go into why Kim Basinger's character is alone, right? Like they do talk
Because she kept having miscarriages.
Yeah,
and
her sister says he
father-
won't stick around. So that's it. Like, so she's been ditched by a guy, but there's no mention of him at all. So yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Alrighty. Bonus features. Okay, into our research for this fine film. Sam, what do you have?
In the original script, a character was deliberately pushed off of a subway platform. They had to actually change it to an accidental fall before the Toronto Transit Commission would allow filming on its property.
Oh.
And then on that with the
So you can't intentionally kill someone, but you can accidentally fall and die in Toronto.
I don't know. And on that as well with the subway, the station where the attack on Meg takes place is actually a ghost station in the Toronto subway that's used frequently for New York City, like as a stand-in for New York City.
Oh, really?
The film office wanted to leave it set up as a New York City station, but the Toronto Fire Department nixed that idea. The station's below the Bay Station on the Bloor line. Bloor?
Yeah.
Yep, that's right. And at one time, trains went from one line to the other, thus the station, but the practice was discontinued because of switching problems. There's also another ghost station. I don't care this much about trains in the Toronto subway system, but it is a ghost station in Toronto.
Awesome.
That got real boring real fast.
Do you have any others? Do you want to do your last one?
How did the council vote on the...
Yes.
It's too much. I just said there's a line that says the devil's greatest trick was convincing man that he didn't exist. There's pretty much the exact same line in End of Days, actually, where Satan's greatest trick was convincing man that he didn't exist. There's also another similar line, but I won't get into that. I don't
suspects.
Care. Yes, but I won't get into that too.
Where the line is, the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing man that he didn't exist.
Yeah.
And it goes back to Charles Baudelaire.
In 1821.
That's right. Finest trick the devil is to persuade you that he does not exist. Wow,
they love that line.
They love that line, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But it wasn't delivered well in this film. So
No. Mike, you're up.
I had the budget was $65 million.
Whoa, what?
Oh,
I know.
it's for the train
It's all that
station.
great
That's
CGI.
right. All the train station stuff.
The box office, $40.4 million. It did not do well.
No.
Ooh.
Yeah. And on the quote unquote no success of this film, following this film's release in 2000, Kim Basinger would never headline a mainstream, widely released motion picture again. So this killed her career.
Well, maybe put some fucking effort
Yeah.
into it. Like, I mean, it wasn't well written. Like,
No.
you can't give her all the blame, but she didn't act very well in it.
No, but she also chose to act in it. So
Yeah. So, like, do your best with what you got. Like, even the dude, Eric, what is his name? Sorry,
Stark.
Eric Stark
Rufus Sewell.
had more. I actually liked him more than I liked the bad guy in End of Days.
Yeah.
I thought he was better in this film than that guy.
But I wonder how much of it goes down to Chuck Russell as a director. Like,
I wonder that too.
Scorpion King, Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
Ooh, that's a bad one. Scorpion King was bad too. I
Yeah.
don't care what you say. It's a shitty film.
But also The Blob.
I like The Blob.
And not that the acting was like, phenomenal. But
No, but it was a cool
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
Film.
And then that's all I've got for really trivia about the film. But the international titles in Argentina, it was Daughter of Light. Bosnia and Herzegovina called it Chosen of Darkness. Poland, A Test of Strength. Russia, Save and Save. What? I don't know. Save the child and save on your groceries. And then
Save on your groceries.
Jesus died for your sin and your savings. It's Easter Eve, Black Friday, part 2. And then Taiwan just called it Supernatural Mobilization.
That's awesome. Okay. Thanks for that, Mike. Very, very interesting stuff there. Okay, moving into our watchability scale. Mike, what did you have this on our scale out of 10?
Oh, I did not hate the movie, but I definitely did not enjoy it. I think it's a 2. It's not absolutely terrible, but it's no higher than that for me. I don't want to get it too close to that. I don't want it closer to a 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a 2 for me.
All right, Sam.
I honestly, like, it's pretty bad. Like, there's not much in this that's redeeming.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm just looking at what we have
The other
in
ones?
each one.
Are you going to 1?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to give it a 1. There's some on here that I think I would watch over this one again.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was pretty bad.
Yeah. I agree. It's so boring and just not well acted that I am very, very low as well. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to give it a 1 too. I just really don't think there are movies that are better.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I really don't think you need to seek this out. I don't think you need to waste your time with it. It's just poorly done. So yeah, I'm going to go for a 1 as well. So we've got 2 1s and a 2.
Yep.
All right. So thank you very much for listening to us. Remember to follow us on Instagram. We are at ScreamStreamPod. Stop by our website, screamsandstreams.com, where we have information about our episodes, descriptions of our categories, links to our research, our watchability scale, and a page where you can recommend movies you want us to discuss. And please rate, comment on, and subscribe to our show on any of the platforms where you get our podcasts. Until next time, this has been
Sam?
and
Mike.
My name's Chad. Scary you later.